Hello everybody, this is Edith Mary. If I look a little different, it's because I have a brand new phone. After last week's fiasco with it, my phone, I decided that I absolutely had to have a new one, like it or not. So I broke down. I didn't have all that many more payments, high risk, to go. So on my old phone, so I just paid it off and got a new one through Verizon. So it's the only real reason to stay with to be with her Verizon is because they finance phones, and my fancy new phone was muy expensive. So, but it does more than my old phone ever thought about doing, and it is way faster than my other phone. Sorry. Here we go. Maybe I won't be knocking into it now, into the stand that's holding my fancy, brand new, expensive phone. So if anybody out there in video land knows where we can get or can help us purchase better equipment, because the dude that at Verizon with this phone said that you're not supposed to be using it for podcasts and going live. That's not what it's for. And I'm like, it's for making phone calls. I'm like, I know that, but it's my only option at the moment. He says, you need a webcam and a video camera. Okay, so how about when you don't have the money for those webcams and video cameras and you need a new computer as well as a new phone, then, you know, sometimes you're like, well, this is it. So if anybody out there knows of how cheapo equipment or used equipment that for podcasting or a video camera that we can hook up to the computer to go live with, this is what you guys get. So let me know if any of that stuff exists out there. Della is in a lot of pain. We had a big old shopping day at we had a big old shopping day at Walmart, and it was like 1,000,000 and some degrees out today. And so it took a lot out of Della. So although she's feeling better, she's in a lot of pain right now. She doesn't seem to be getting any relief from the pinched nerve in her back. And so while she's doing good on one hand, we got a little bit more flexion out of her knee. No, Christine, I hadn't thought about that. You also need some cash to do that with. But I will think about that. I'll see what's available in the local pawn shop. Because you never know how many desperate people have gotten rid of good equipment right now. And so I did fix her that special tea that Sarah, see, I wanted to do it again, that Sarah had picked some black willow bark from. I did fix it for her, but I don't know how well it worked yet. Because we were talking about grocery lists today and things like that. So those of you who are, hey Stephanie, for those of you who, let me know how the new camera looks, because it certainly looks better to me from this end. Or should I say the new phone? The new my everything. Because I can actually now, with this new phone, I can do all my video editing and publishing with this one phone because it is so fast. It was like, yay. Should have done this a long time ago, but you need to kind of pay off the other one first. Having said that, thank you Verizon for letting me do this for the phone. Yes, I know I'm paying you for it, but that's not the point. So, my name is Edith Mary, for those of you who don't know. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Casey said it looks a lot clearer on her end, and apparently you guys are hearing me because I didn't have to do anything. The old phone was a piece of crap. We all know that. Okay. So, I'm a psychic medium, and I read tarot cards, these things. And I'm here by myself tonight, which is okay because I can handle it. If you would like to... There's two different things. We talk to Spirit, and we also have mini readings. If you want a mini reading, you have to ask for it. If you want someone from the other side, you have to ask for that. I got you already, Katina. So, having said that, thank you. I also got some sleep for once. For the past couple of days, it's been nice. Sleep is a good thing, I'm telling you now. So, we also answer questions, or I answer questions since I'm here by myself right now. Is there anything you would like to ask, like spiritually or metaphysically related, or anything like that? Why do we do this? How do we do this? What is the meaning of life? That kind of thing. Oh, cool. Thank you, Sarah. Did you understand what I was talking about, Sarah, earlier today? Sarah and I were chatting earlier today about a money manifestation that I do not believe has gone wrong, but hi, Mary Pat. So I am shuffling. Stephanie wants to read. Stephanie wants a reading. Really, Christine? I'm sorry. If I fall silent, it looks like I'm in a coma. It's because I'm trying to read the comments. Well, I'm thinking it's not funny. Well, no, it's not funny on one hand and totally hilarious on the other. Okay, Casey, I've got you down too. Sarah was trying to manifest some money, and one of the things that you do is that you sacrifice or offer $5, $10, $20, and it gets burned as part of the offering. Well, she didn't know that, and she accidentally sacrificed $60 whole. $1. Yes, Birdie. $1 is being too cheap. Spirit says, is that all you got? Because, you're going to only get back. Hi, Timothy. You would like a small reading about the next 7 days. You're on my list, so thank you. Yes, Katina. Dang, auto-corrupt. Yes, we know. So, to get back to Sarah's situation, she didn't know she was supposed to burn it anyway, so she accidentally wound up burning $60. $1 is too cheap. Universe is going to say you get back what you put in. That's basically karma. So when we accidentally do something, it may or may not work out. That was why I'm thinking that even though you did it unintentionally, it will still work, even though, because what I said to her earlier was that intention is everything. So your intention was to offer something. And so the amount of your offering directly relates to what you get back. That's why $1 is not enough. $60, on the other hand, is, let's just pray for Sarah to get some more money back from what she put in. It's an investment. Just like anything else, it's an investment. Alrighty, Katina had asked about, she said she thinks Stephen was trying to talk with her. Mary Pat says she needs to move out of where she is by next month. And lacking motivation, we could just all come down there and take your stuff and throw it out. Do you have a place to move it yet? That's the thing. If you have a place to move it, that's not a problem. But if you're lacking the motivation to pack, that's one thing. If you are lacking the motivation to look for another place to live, that is burying your head in the sand, Mary Pat. Let me think on it a second, Katina, if Stephen is around and has something to say. So, since Stephanie asked me first about the readings, let me run back and make sure that I've got everybody on my list. So, hey, keep watching. I'll try and keep talking. I can't talk and think and look at the same time, so. Okay, so Stephanie was the first one that asked for a reading. Christine, I missed Christine. See, it's a good thing I went back. Because I missed lovely Christine. Christine, Katina, Mary Pat. Oh, Mary Pat, it's both. Okay, yeah, I hear you. I'm moving in December, so I'm like, should I start packing up now or wait? And I'm thinking, no, now. It'll make it a lot easier in December. Okay. Beautiful Stephanie, this reading is for you. You have the Queen... Sorry. You have the Queen of Swords, which is about transforming. Going from one state of being to another. Going from one state of thought to another. And cutting through the crap that keeps you earthbound. Earthbound meaning spirit-wise, not leaving the earth, but earthbound in your thoughts and in your material ways. Because right behind that is the Knight of Pentacles, which is about making sure you're following your plan. You should have a plan together. This is usually a business card, so it's get that plan together and follow it. You don't have to go at a lightning speed, but you do need to move somewhat. Because on the other side of that is the world. Everything you want, everything you need is on the other side of this transformation process. They're saying you don't, like I said, you don't have to go very fast, but you do have to work your plan. Whatever plan that was, Stephanie, that you had together, but that you were getting together. Make sure you don't stop. Keep going. And so Sarah said, I hope that makes sense, Stephanie. Always, can I have a raging? Okay. We're going to be raging with Sarah. And is anyone or anything to talk to? Christine. Sarah. One of the spirit guys seemed to say that I need love and acceptance. On the second one, you may have been my mother over it. Okay, well, we'll see. The second reading is for Casey. Okay. Cards that jump out are because they absolutely insist on being read. And the cards, the first, you still get 3 cards, but this one is like, yes, I'm important. And you're far too young for this card. But what came out was the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is about healing the heartbreak, healing the emotional boo-boos in life. Some of them aren't so much boo-boos, they're like head-on collisions. And so we need to, Casey, take out the swords take out the hurt so that you can heal. Then we have Angel Dawn. Then we have, you're on the list, sweetie. For you, Casey, the Five of Wands, which is about cooperation, group practice, and making sure there is enough contrast so that making sure there is enough contrast, Casey, that you you shine. I don't know why I want to say you shine, because that's not about this, but that's what I want to say. They're telling you need to shine a little bit more, a little bit brighter. And then you have the Seven of Cups, which is hopes, dreams, and wishes, making sure that you have choices. Don't turn those choices into illusions by dreaming about them without acting on them. And your final card would be the King of Cups, which is about emotional security. Now, what all that has to do with the broken heart and healing the wounds, I'm really getting that it's not from this life. It's stuff that you brought with you. So maybe it's whatever wounds that you suffered. I want to say at the hands of your mother. Not this lifetime. But obviously, that might be why I keep wanting to make you and your mom into one name. That's what I'm hearing, is it was at the hands of your mother. Your mother, but not from this lifetime. Because I can't imagine your mother from this time doing anything horrible to anybody. But the last lifetime, that may have been totally different. So it's some karma that the two of you need to work out. Maybe apologize to each other on a soul level. I hope that makes sense. The next one is Birdie. Anytime we cry during meditation, it is either incredibly beautiful or incredibly healing. How are you, my dear friend Birdie? I hope all is well with everybody. So, but I was specifically, I don't know why, it was, ow, 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 I'm sorry. Oh. So, hi, Helen. How are you? Sorry, it's a different chair that I'm sitting in that I normally sit in, and it's not always comfortable to sit down sometimes. Okay, so this one is for Birdie. Birdie, you have Judgment, which is about rising from the ashes, about whatever it was has happened before. There's no reason for us to stay in a position of good. I'm glad you're doing great. I really get that you actually are, and not just saying, "Oh, I'm doing great." This is about rising above your present circumstances or your past circumstances. No one is beyond the need, or nobody is beyond redemption. But you have taken that rising above. You've been doing a lot of inner work lately, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Yolanda, I have you on the list. Because this is about mastery, about attaining mastery, about attaining a certain level of working hard, getting somewhere in life. And your last card, you also have the Five of Wands, which is about cooperation and working together to accomplish a single goal. This would be like work group projects or family projects, not something that you would necessarily do on your own. Okay, so now, Birdie, would be a good time to join a group. I'm thinking to join a group in like a painting class or a public speaking class or a book club or something where you have to interact with other people. I can't help it. I'm sorry, the cat's yelling at me. The cat got locked in the basement and missed dinner. So I will have to feed the cats again. Or at least one of them. Okay, I hope that makes sense, Birdie. This next one is Timothy. What is in store for the next 7 days? Ace of Cups, which is a new path, a new component of a path, but it's something that you feel passionate about. You're welcome, Bernie. Something that you are willing to put a lot of emotional effort into. Then we have the Hierophant, which is about traditional style learning. It doesn't apply to you. So how does this particular card apply? I mean, you don't strike me as being an overly traditional kind of person, Timothy. But this is about oral traditions and teaching and passing on of knowledge. Then we have the Queen of Wands, creativity and magic. Hold on just 1 second. Let me get this note in, Timothy. Could you elaborate a little bit more, Dream, about what it is your brother, his name, when he died, that kind of thing? So the Queen of Wands, Timothy, says to me that you are in a highly creative phase, that we know you can do magic. We don't have an issue with that. But because the Hierophant came in, are you getting ready? I'm thinking there's some teaching involved somewhere. I don't really know. I'm just going on what the cards say, that there is something new that you love doing, knowledge being passed down, creativity. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And you're teaching something, it will go well, obviously. So for the next 7 days, there's magic afoot. I hope that makes sense, Timothy. If you're not teaching something, you should be, because you have a lot to offer, for one. And I'm thinking heritage arts at a local community college. Okie dokie. Yeah, yes, Mary Pat, I haven't gotten to you yet on my list, but I will. I'm not going to forget you, Mary Pat. Thank you, Timothy, for that, for the honor of giving you that little mini reading. It was very sweet, and the feedback is thank you. So this one is for Katina. Would Stephen happen to be around for Katina? Get the feeling, Katina, of being hugged. So it is quite possible that Stephen has been... Whose birthday in the family is it? I'm getting a kind of birthday vibe. I'm also getting that he's been hugging you. Why have you needed hugs, first of all? I know he's your brother, but it didn't strike me... Thank you, Timothy. You are more than welcome. It seems to me, Katina, that you and Stephen were not necessarily all huggy, touchy-feely kind of brother, sister, put the arm around all the time. So he's giving you a hug, but he says you need the hugs. If that makes any sense. And it's not, don't get me wrong when I say that it was an honor reading Timothy. It's an honor reading everybody. But Timothy in particular, he knows why. So, Katina, for your 3 cards. You also got the hopes, dreams, and wishes. But this is also hopes, dreams, and wishes gone bad, turn into illusions and delusions. Because you have many choices to make. Oh yeah, you have many choices to make. You can choose. Stephen might have been around for her 90th birthday too. So anyway, your last card, Katina, is the King of Swords, which is about standing your ground, healing, taking your life, taking your practice, taking your path to a higher level. So they're calling you. They're still calling you. Okay, I wrote that down, Yolanda. I hope that makes sense, Katina. So this next one would be for Christine. I have a Facebook friend that she also does readings every now and again, not on a regular basis. But she uses like 3 different decks, and you get to choose which deck. So I'm thinking maybe at some point I might be doing that. At least it seems like a good idea. Might try it someday. Not today. Ooh, sorry, my knee has been... the arthritis in my knee has been killing me the past couple of days. Okay, Christine, your first card is, the Devil, which is a card of struggle. Usually internal, or we have a spider that's taken up residence close to the ceiling. There is the Devil is about usually the internal struggle. It also is the card of addictions. Oh no, you're not addicted to anything except maybe me, which is good. Addictions that are also a mental illness, but there is some kind of grief and struggle and strife that you don't have to struggle, because there is a level of you've gotten places in life, and so there is this propensity somehow to be a little, look what I've done, look what I've accomplished. And in reality, what you really need to do is just turn around, look at life from a little differently, look at your situation differently, and maybe it won't be this struggle. Look differently. This is the Hanged Man. He's hanging upside down for a reason. So be careful, the struggle. Be careful to look at life differently. Because when you look at life differently, life changes. Your options change. Your healing changes. Everything changes. And when everything changes, your life turns around. Crystal. Okay, Mary Pat, we are now on to you. You also had a card fall out. So Casey wasn't the only lucky girl tonight. You said something about you needing to move, Mary Pat. If you don't move, what are the consequences? You get thrown out. So I suggest you get a move on. Because the card that fell out was the Moon, which is about balance. It's about taming the wild with the domestic. It is about, you're welcome, Christine. I hope it made sense. It's about the possibility of a lot of stress and some cuckoo craziness going on. Then we have your choices, which you're not exercising, because this is the Seven of Cups. This is the Four of Cups. It is turning away from Spirit. It's turning away from the gifts of Spirit. Spirit's already got it set out for you, and you're saying, nah. Because your last card is the Seven of Coins, which is about, have you been patient enough? Is it time to stop being patient and put your foot down? There you have it. That's generally not what that card means, but okay, I'll go with it. Put your foot down, Mary Pat. And stop putting up with whatever crap it is that you've been putting up with. Okay, good. That was it. Dreamer. Oh, Brother Robbie. Okay. I got it out of order, Dreamer. I apologize. I will get to you. Good. Okay, so this next one is for Sarah. The very generous Sarah. They said stop. Okay. I sense a theme going on tonight because Sarah also gets the Seven of Cups, which is hopes, dreams, and wishes. Ew. Thank you, Helen, for tuning in. Mary Pat, you're welcome. Who was this for? Sarah. The theme for the night seems to be about hopes, dreams, and wishes. We have many, many choices, but sometimes those choices turn out to be illusions. Sometimes we talk ourselves into, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do the other thing? And we have so many choices we can't choose. Then we have the King of Coins, which is about financial comfort and the ability to take care of yourself and your tribe. And you followed the plan. We also, Sarah, have your last card is the Six of Swords, which is about spiritual journeys, travel over water, usually spiritual journeys. So I'm thinking you too need to meditate. Maybe you need to have family meditation time. If that makes any sense. My hands don't normally itch, so I don't know what that is, Sarah. I don't know if it's me or you. And does that make sense that you would be you need to, with Sarah, you need to limit your choices. Limiting your choices makes it easier to choose. That's all right. Oh, we were thinking Friday. We'll gang up on Mom on Friday. That's not a bad thing, Sarah. Group meditation is extremely powerful. I would say, okay, this next one is for Angel. Angel, you have the first card is the Knight of Wands, which is wands are about creativity and resources and wielding your power in a correct way. and moving forward on your path. Then we have the Nine of Wands, which is staying on your toes. It's not over yet. Staying on your toes, because we have the Four of Wands, which is about family, small family celebrations, small family events, births, showers, weddings, funerals. And funerals are a celebration for sure. Something on the wall behind me. Sorry. Just suddenly you notice things. So, Angel, it seems to me there's lots of reasons to celebrate, but sometimes we choose not to see those things as reasons to celebrate. Just because you got up and started breathing this morning is a good enough reason. Celebrating each other. There's lots of things in this world to celebrate in our lives. So I hope that makes sense for you, Angel. It doesn't make much sense to me, but I hope it makes sense to you. All right, so Yolanda, if you could please tell me, did you want a reading as well? And is Winfred here to talk with Yolanda? You're welcome, Angel. What I'm hearing, Yolanda, is something about a fence. I'm thinking they're talking about a landscaping type of fence, but it's a fence. Because there's many types of, you could like a fence for stolen property, or a fence because you offended somebody. So something about a fence is important right now. My cat just came in and plopped on the floor, like looked at me like, you ever gonna feed me? Like, no, I'm going to let you starve to death. I'm hoping that makes sense, Yolanda. Winfred is his. Also, I'm hearing, I don't know if it's your husband or not, but I'm hearing, pay attention. Pay attention to what? I don't have a clue. But there is still something about a fence, whether it's going to the fence, something happened by a fence, maybe you and your husband met someplace by a fence, I don't know. But the fence is important. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if Yolanda's even still here or not, because I haven't gotten, I did ask if she wanted a reading or just to hear from her husband, and she hasn't answered. So I hope, Yolanda, that makes sense. We can always get back to that. Okay, Crystal, you had asked about your husband, Michael. I'm not getting anything specifically about sweetie. I'm sorry. So either he is not here talking to me, he might be there talking to you, he might be there more around a lot, and you just don't notice. So sometimes it's those little things that happen that Hi, Cheyenne. Sometimes it's the little things that happen that we don't necessarily think anything about. Okay. Sorry, totally lost what I was saying. It's noticing the little things. That's how they send us messages. It isn't necessarily in the giant, huge things that happen in our lives. It's the little things. So pay attention to those little things. He may be trying to talk with you that way. And Dreama, you had asked about your brother. I wrote down Dobby. I got you, Cheyenne. I don't know what I was actually trying to write when I said Dobby, because that's what came out on my paper of my pen, Dreama. I'm sorry. Or was I trying to write Robbie and it came out Dobby? Sorry. Robbie, okay. My really terrible handwriting. Would Robbie happen to be around for Dreama? I'm sorry, Dreama, I'm getting crickets. Meaning they're silent right now. Okay, this we're going to do, whoops. Let's see. Casey asked if there was anyone, your grandmother has been hanging around. I don't know how much of our conversation that your mom and I had about the house. Your grandmother said to build a fairy house. So your grandmother is around and watching what's going on. No, that's okay, Dreama. Maybe next week. And you're welcome. They're just sometimes not available. So your grandmother is, I'm thinking, is like they're hanging out, watching over everybody, if that makes sense. So your grandmother would be here, and that's all I'm sensing at the moment. Okay. Yes, Dreama, I can. Hold on. Does she have any comments on my promise? Will she? I'm hearing you didn't need to make that promise. That promise was for you. You needed to make it, but nobody else needed to hear it. So Cheyenne would like to know if there's anyone around for her. I'm not getting anything specific other than I'm hearing, hi Karina, it's been a long time. I'm hearing you shouldn't have done that. I don't know what it is you shouldn't have done, but somebody was watching you and they're saying you shouldn't have done that. I don't know what they're referring to. I don't even know when they're referring to. I'm getting the feeling it was fairly recent that you did or said something that could have been misconstrued. And so it was okay. So it's like you did or said something that someone else could have easily misinterpreted. You left room for somebody else to come in and mess with it. So me too, Karina. So I don't know what that's referring to, Cheyenne. That's all I'm getting is that be a little more careful. If that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Okay, Yolanda wanted a reading too. So we are on to Yolanda's reading. And Cheyenne, if you wanted a reading, just say so, please. Yolanda, you also have the card the dog ate. Can you tell? The little corners was in the dog's little belly. My God, yes, Roberta, you did hear a train. We live near a railroad track. Couldn't have heard it on my other phone. Yay! This maybe was a good $1,200 purchase. Cool. Everybody heard the train. Me neither, Cheyenne. Yolanda. This is a card of maintaining mental balance. There's the Ace of Cups has come up, and that is, wow, everybody's getting the same cards done. I do shuffle. I hope you guys can hear that, me shuffling. But it all means it just means that we all have similar messages or similar things going on right now. So we have the Ace of Cups, which is a new portion of your path. Or a renewed passion for something, I'm getting. Because then we have the Queen of Wands, which is being creative to the point of where it looks like you're creating magic. So how that ties in with maintaining emotional balance, because, so maybe I'm thinking sometimes you go to one extreme or the other. Stay a little more centered in your thinking and in your emotions, because you can create some magic here. If you see me trying to move the cards up here, it's because for me, when they're sitting here, they're right in front of all the comments. So I hope that makes sense, Yolanda. And yes, Christine, trains are a good way to travel. I haven't been on a train since I was like 4 or 5 years old. Even though my stepfather was a brakeman on the B&O Railroad. Okay, so for Dreama, Cheyenne, I have you on the list. One more time for Dreama. We get the Nine of Cups, which is you've accomplished quite a lot, whether you know it or not, because you don't always feel it, I don't think. And then because this is the Four of Wands, which is about small family celebrations. You have I'm wondering if there isn't a birthday coming up. Aside from that, sometimes our family is hard to appreciate. You're welcome. Because now we have the double card, which is about struggling. It's not about good and evil. It's a struggle between Do I stay in this house? Do I move? Do I stay in this marriage? Do I get a divorce? Do I struggle with my addiction? Do I feed my addiction? What do I do? It's the inability even to make choices. So your family is going to be the strongest help for you. So don't forget that while you may have this struggle going on, don't forget to celebrate yourself, because you've got a lot of good things happening, but you have to choose to see it. I hope that makes sense, Dreamer. Cheyenne, you're next. I don't even know what time it is. 8:22. Cheyenne, let me shuffle for you, sweetie. Well, apparently, since everybody's now here in the train, Karina, I've not forgotten you, sweetie. Go on my Facebook page, Karina, and get my phone number. Or better yet, write it down. My phone number is 830-285-0340. Give me a call, and we will schedule something. Hello, Richard. How are you? Cheyenne. We have the Chariot card, which is about everything in the tarot is about balance, because that's what we need more of in our life, is balance. And but this one in particular is about learning to let spirit guide you. Yes, Karina, my phone number is 830-285-0340. Yes, Birdie, time goes way too fast. Oh, okay, perfect. Then we have, Cheyenne, the card. This one's about being the prisons we keep ourselves in. You can easily get free, but you're choosing to not see something. You're choosing to not make... I'm hearing you're choosing to not make choices. You have plenty of choices. You're choosing to not make them, which in itself is a choice. And this is about the 6 of Coins, which is about community. Not just your family, but your larger community, making sure that everybody is happy, fed, well off, doesn't need anything, doesn't isn't crying in the dark, kind of thing. And just so maybe I'm thinking you're concentrating too much on other people and not enough on this connection with spirit, if that makes sense. I hope it does. And Sarah asked something. If you want a reading, Richard, yes, I will be more than happy to give you a little mini reading. So, this one is for Richard. Sarah, okay. Let me write your name down before I forget yet one more time. Richard, this one is for you. We have the Ace of Coins, which is about new possibilities, new paths available to you, new legs, new branches on your path. But it has to do with making money or having financial abundance, which is a good thing, because now comes up the 7 of Coins, which is about patience. It's about, you can't plant a garden today and expect by the afternoon to have fruit. So you have to be patient with what you have done, or be patient with what you set in motion. This is the 8 of Wands, which is energy and resources coming your way, messages from spirit, energy from spirit, gifts from Spirit. They come in many ways from other people, because that's the only way Spirit has to. I'm sorry, my neck's kind of killing me. They're coming. Spirit only has us to work through, other people. So it's like not be careful, but be watchful of the people in your lives and what they're trying to give you. Usually it's something wonderful. Sometimes it's not. But above all, with whatever it is you have set in motion, be patient with it, because it's coming. It may actually be coming a lot sooner than you think. I hope that makes sense, Richard. So, does anybody have anything else that they would like a question or a quickie reading or anything? Because the clock on the phone says it's 8:27. Relationship. Okay, we're back to that. Be patient. Things have been set in motion for you. You need to be patient. Okay, well that would actually kind of make sense with the 3 cards that you did get. Okay. I'm sorry, Karina, I just got your message. Is that it's coming, you just need to be patient. I know it seems like we're forever being patient. And that old adage, good things come to those who wait, but I'm thinking it's a little bit more than just waiting in your case. It is a watching at what comes at you. Does that make sense? I hope that does make sense. And Birdie wants to know, is there anyone here for you tonight who... Birdie, I know we've been through this before, but as soon as I asked, is anyone here for you, that woman in the yellow mohair sweater showed up again. So it is obvious. That's a good question, Karina. We can get into that when we do your reading. Because it's a weird one. That's a weird subject, is how to be patient, how not to. So Birdie, the woman in the yellow sweater, I do not know who she is, but she is attached to you. And she obviously loves you and wants to be around you. She's around you a lot, I'm hearing. She has finally let me know she is for you. More than that, she will not say. At least I got that much out of her this time. Because the last time I couldn't get anything out of her at all, if you remember rightly. I'm looking forward to it too, Karina. Old friend is all I'm... She's an old friend who's obviously not around anymore, Birdie. She won't tell me her name, but she comes in every time with you. And it may be, obviously the yellow mohair sweater is important, or she wouldn't appear that way, and it wouldn't like smack me in the face every time she comes in. Yeah, sometimes, well, Spirit is just like people. Dead people, if they didn't speak up in life, they're not going to speak up over on the other side either. And so we don't just magically have enlightenment when we cross over. It'd be nice. But we tend to be the same way. It could be It could be Sandra. Are you Sandra? She went like this. Like maybe she was giggling, so I don't know if that would be something that Sandra would do. So getting back to Spirit, they don't just magically become enlightened. They're going to take their personality traits with them for the most part. And so if she was shy and wouldn't speak up, that is the way she would be. If she was gregarious and happy and loud and boisterous, that's the way that we're going to be. So I can imagine when I cross over, everybody's going to know it because I will be around yelling at people. But it's just the lady in the yellow sweater. Should I start calling you Sandra? You're welcome, Birdie. And I'm again getting them. So, I don't know. I just kind of got that you may not know her. That would make a lot more sense. You do not know her. You do not know this lady. She saw you someplace. She attached herself to you. So she's probably around you a lot. That's a little, okay. That's it. She's an attachment. You may or may not want to get rid of her. So that's something we can discuss later if you want, Birdie. But that makes a lot more sense. And I'm getting all chilly. I'm getting chills from it. So she doesn't know you, but she saw you. She liked you. She liked your energy. And lo and behold, she's with you a lot. That mystery has been solved from like 2 months ago. So does anybody have anything else or another question or anything at all that they would like me to answer real quick before I decide that it's all done and over with? Because I'm hungry. I want to go search for food. It has been a pleasure being with all of you tonight. And anyone for Sarah. We'll get to you on Friday, Sarah. I didn't forget. Because what I heard Sarah was like, yeah, learned that lesson, didn't you? But yeah, Sarah will go more in depth on Friday. When am I free to meet? In just about any time. Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays are the best for me, if that makes sense. So it doesn't really matter beyond that. Thank you, everybody who showed up this evening. Thank you to the spirit who showed up. I appreciate it very much. And I will love you too. Thanks, Birdie. I look forward to seeing everybody next Wednesday. Hopefully Della will be feeling more up to it. I won't have her out shopping. Tomorrow is Thursday. Let me check my schedule and see what's up, because Della may have a doctor's appointment. And Della had a total knee replacement and she can't drive, so I'm her transportation and her feet at the moment. Thank you all so very much. It was an honor and a pleasure, and I will see you guys next week. You know how to get in touch with me if you need me. You can Facebook me, message me, call me, whatever. Love you guys. Bye-bye.